With the holiday season just around the corner, a lot of people start to make roasted pumpkin or sweet potato or butternut squash. So you usually have a little bit of leftovers. So I want to teach you how to transform that into a delicious pumpkin spiced cookie. I'm just in the middle of peeling these little cute little pumpkins from the garden. And I'm going to be roasting them and making a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie. So stay tuned for that. I just like kind of using my vegetable peeler. I find that I waste less than using the knife to kind of grate all the skin off. So go ahead, peel it, and then you're gonna hollow it out, and then we're gonna go ahead and roast it. Just taking out the seeds. Okay, so just dice your pumpkin. And put it straight onto our tray. You just want it so it's almost like just even sizes so they bake at the same time. Put them in. So we're going to be baking them at 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. Squash cooks pretty fast. So it's not like potatoes because the water content's a lot higher. Just like that. After you add to the pan, we're just going to toss in a little bit of oil. And you just kind of toss it together. And voila! I'm going to stick it right in the oven now. So what we're going to start off with is just a little bit of pumpkin that has been roasted, or you could also use sweet potato, or you could also use butternut squash. So I'm going to take this and throw it into my blender. It's okay if there's a little bit of sea salt on it when you had roasted it prior, because that will just add to the sweetness to the final dish. So into here, we're also going to be adding our maple syrup, which is going to be the sweetener in the cookie. From there, I'm also going to be adding a little bit of pumpkin pie spice, so about a teaspoon would be good enough. You can always make your own homemade pumpkin pie spice as well. And now we're going to go ahead and puree this until it's nice and smooth. Now it's nice and puree, we're going to add in the remaining ingredients. I'm going to start off with some dry ingredients first. So I have some arrowroot starch, some organic coconut flour, and then I'm also going to add in a touch of baking soda, so about half a teaspoon. Then just going to give it a pulse, and then we're going to add in our coconut oil. Now I'm going to add in the coconut oil. You can also use butter. It's getting cold in the house, so the coconut oil is kind of hard. In the summertime, it's always soft, and in the wintertime, it's always much harder. So we're just going to give this a pulse until everything's incorporated. So in here, there's still a little bit of stuff that's kind of not mixed. So I'm just using kind of a spatula and just scraping the sides. Now I want to make two different varieties because some people don't necessarily like chocolate. So I'm going to do half a batch with chocolate and the other half with raisins. So I just have two separate bowls in here. So I'm going to separate the batter into the two bowls. Now that it's just divided half and half, I'm going to go ahead and add in one batch with chocolate, and then the other batch I'll just sprinkle in some raisins. You can also use a candied ginger, and then just use a spoon, kind of mix it together, and we're just going to form them into cookies. So just take the dollop. You can actually just lightly roll them if you wanted to. So cookie shape. And then just gently press on them, because remember, whenever you bake with coconut flour, whatever shape you leave your cookie, that's how it's gonna look once it's done. So always kind of just pat it down slightly. So now we're just gonna pop them in the oven and bake them for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're golden. So once they fully cool down, you don't want to touch it when they just get out of the oven, or else it'll just kind of crack on you. But I just want to show you how it looks inside. This is the one with the chocolate morsels. And let's just give it a try. I like it with lots of chocolate. It's like buttery, crispy on the outside but moist in the center, and full of that pumpkin spice flavor. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Until next time, relish every bite.